one of the things, again, you have spoke about before is pay scales and pay and so forth, and the fact that we've got to pay people the right sort of level of money if we're going to recognise that. And sometimes the sort of guidelines that are set in terms of national minimum wage and apprenticeship wage and so forth aren't there. I think there has been some progress towards that and some betterment towards that, which is, again, I know you've spoken about that before, but that I think has been a positive thing. So that's a good thing, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely a good thing. In terms of, one of the other things that, you talk often about is social mobility per se, in all its forms, and it's one of the areas that, again, you're quite well known for, being somebody who's Shepherd's book earlier we talked about doing a BTEC qualification yourself and going down that college route, which again I did as well. I went down the BTEC vocational route, so something that we talk about, something that we sort of encourage others. So a little bit in terms of some of the conversations that are sort of that you've been involved with, if because there's been many of these causes that you've campaigned, you've been part of, and you see each of those things in their sort of their impact and value. So talk to us about some of these sort of initiatives that you've been involved with.
Yeah, so I am really pleased that they merged the apprenticeship wage with those sort of 16 to 18-year-olds, because I remember the very first time I saw what an apprentice was expected to earn on an hourly rate, I think it was something like £3.40. And I thought, who on earth can live on £3.40? Nobody can actually afford to live on that. Especially if you are from a lower socioeconomic background and you are trying to improve yourself. So I have really been very vocal on wages, and as a CCEP we have signed the Fair Wage Pledge and commitment, because yes, I work for a very large organisation, so I am in a fortunate position that I can pay all of my apprentices, regardless of age, above the national living wage. I can afford to do that. But even if you're a small organisation who can't give that level of salary, you should really be looking at what's the best possible salary you can give for an individual, because you will get more from that particular individual as well. This year, and for the last few years, we have been working with Barnardo's. And in 2023, we brought some of their young people who are technically outside of that carer age to one of our events, and they spent 3 days with us, and we treated them exactly the same as we would treat any of our employees. But one of the other things that we did is we paid for, because there's always a very big evening celebration, so we bought them suits and dresses and all of everything that they would need to be able to attend the event and not feel any different from any of our other apprentices that were there. And that's really formed an even richer and deeper relationship, because you have to give back. If you've had that privilege to be able to work for a global brand like I have, then for me, it's always in the back of the mind. You should always then be paying it forward for somebody else.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.